Hello and welcome back to Adorabuild. My name is Ruth and my little dog is called Pucky. And today we're checking out one of the new Jungle Rescue sub-theme builds, which happens to be the Panda Jungle Treehouse. And I thought that this set was really cool when I first saw the pictures of it. So I just wanted to get straight in and make this my first jungle build. So of course, first up we do have our mini doll, which happens to be Mia, and there she is in her jungle outfit. And in bag number one we also get our first panda as well. So there is our little gorgeous panda. We also create a few of the side builds, such as this little scale, and then what I'm currently building at the moment is like a little trolley. So I guess that this is something that the mini dolls will be using in order to move the bamboo and the different panda feed items around this little treehouse sanctuary build. And I do really like the look of this little trolley. We do have a few little stickers that we add onto those panels in order to make sure that it does look a little bit like wood. And then the really cute little bamboo build. The only thing with the bamboo that I'm not super happy about is the use of sand green. I think that lime or just standard green would have looked just as great. And now we're building up a little seesaw for the pandas as well, which is kind of cool too. So on to the main build, which of course is the tree house. So we're just placing down some of the structural pieces, including a little bed area for the pandas, which I thought was actually quite cute and really nicely done just under the sort of side of the tree to this build, where they have their little pale yellow and pink blanket with a couple of little pillows. And then we have sort of almost like a heart-shaped plate. It's not quite a heart shape at the end, but it is sort of that usual Friends sort of heart shape that they have done quite a few builds in that sort of shape. Of course, we do have the tree at the back, because if we're going to be building a tree house, we make sure that we do have a decent sized tree to pop the house into. And one of the things that I do actually really like about this set is that it's bringing back some of that sort of organic building style, like what we saw in a lot of the elf sets. And as many of you guys know, I do absolutely love the elves theme. And so this was actually a really lovely way for me to reminisce about that sort of style of building. We're on to bag number two, and we have our Olivia mini doll, and we also get a second panda. I do really like the way that the designers have created the jungle themed outfits for each of the mini dolls as well. And one of the things that I do like about these is that they do seem to be more styled towards each mini doll's theme or style. So as we saw with Mia, is that there are elements that do sort of have that sort of Scandinavian feel to it, which is what we sort of saw in Mia's house and a few of Mia's outfits over the past few years, whereas what we see in Olivia's outfit is much more reminiscent of some of her more technical IT sort of engineering style that she has. And I just think that that's really sort of lovely to be able to sort of start to do more of that sort of styling and building throughout the Friends theme. We also have a little tub in order to be able to wash our pandas, which is of course super important. And now most of the basic shape of the bottom of the treehouse has now been finished with the little stream to one side, the small little bridge. And so we get to add on the flooring for the treehouse now as well. Of course, we add in a few more leaves, and I do really like the different way that the Friends designers have actually used parts in order to add those leaves in as well, so that we can actually add in many more leaves on many more different angles, which again I think just really brings into that sort of naturalistic feel of having sets in jungles. So we're on to the third and final bag now. So we get our lucky last panda, which also happens to be a little panda that has gotten himself a bit dirty, which is obviously why we need our little panda washing tub. And then we also add in a few little elements down here, which we will then fit the slide to later down the track. But for the moment, it is just about creating that sort of base for it all. And then we start to move on to the construction of the actual tree house itself. So adding in some railings and adding in some more branch pieces in order to just sort of flesh that out a bit more and make that sort of appear a lot more sort of lush and a lot more interesting. The other thing that I think that Lego has actually done quite nicely with these sets is also be able to include some of those sort of colours that do sort of hark back to the 2014 sets. So if you haven't seen my video on all the retro jungle sets, I will leave a card up here now so that you guys can check that out, and I might even see if I can pop that as the suggested video at the end of this one as well, in case you want to take a look at it. But I do think that having some of those purple colours as well as some of that dark pink just means that it is going to be quite easy to be able to integrate the new 2020 jungle sets in with some of the 2014 jungle sets, which is something that I definitely will be doing on my channel. I know that during the jungle video I did ask whether or not that's what you guys would want to see, and quite a few of you did say that that sounds like a really fun idea. Now on screen we are actually building up our little panda sign, and one of the things that I do think that Lego Friends has consistently done really well is creating 3D signs, and this panda face is no exception. I also think that this panda face is quite reminiscent of the panda corner store that is featured in one of the Monkey Kids sets as well. So I don't know whether or not, you know, pandas were just the animal of choice floating around the Lego design office over the past few years that they've been coming up with these designs. So again, I thought that was a really nice little addition. And then we also get our jungle theme sign as well, which is going to be consistently seen across all of the sets in this 2020 wave of jungle sets for the Friends theme. More of that bamboo as well. And then our last little touch is adding in the tire swing as well. So there we have our Panda Sanctuary set with the trolley, the scales, the little seesaw, 3 pandas, as well as Mia and Olivia. And I just think that this is such a cool set. It is loads of fun. Once again, the mini dolls are in gorgeous outfits, and having not 1, not 2, but 3 pandas is absolutely fantastic as well. Let's just take a little look at that panda bedroom area that I mentioned earlier, as well as the back of the set as well. And so there is the Panda Sanctuary all finished and done. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, it would be absolutely fantastic for you to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment down below as to what your favourite part of this set is. I'm sure that there's plenty to talk about. And until my next video, take care of yourselves and bye bye!